Hello, everybody. I'm gonna zoom you in a bit. Hope my internet quality is good and you can hear me well. I have just just about 25 minutes to do it. I have a few points. As you can see from the name, this is the Throwback Thursday, which I renamed it Talk Back to our Thursday because, um, well, I have a lot of memories about my trips. If you haven't seen my previous video about my first ever trip, it was a trip to Egypt. And after that, I visited Egypt 4 more times, but in general, 4 times. But today, I wanted to tell you most painful trip. All of them, a lot of them were painful. But this one in particular was exceptional. First of all, let me tell you, Dominican Republic is a gorgeous place. It's just, I am absolutely stunned of the beauty of that place. It's just, I know it has a lot of under the beauty of the closed-off community of all-inclusive resorts. Of course, don't get me wrong, but our Mother Nature is gorgeous, and what I saw on Saoma beaches and Caribbean Sea, and it's gorgeous. It has a lot of history. I've been to Santo Domingo. I don't know. I think so. You see, I'm not really prepared, and I'm not a guide to destinations, and I'm not claiming to be. I'm usually useless in directions and names, and that's just who I am. And no, I'm not working on it. I mean, I'm 40, turning this year. It's hard to change your perceptions. I always mixed up letters, and some names seems the same to me. So this is just another video, but I am going back to my trip to Dominican Republic. I have to tell you that this trip would not happen if at that time our fellows, partners, and friendship, well, acquaintances, didn't say something to my soon-to-be husband. But he wasn't at that time. We were just living together, and we were just bought my first flat, and we were redecorating it and just building a lot inside, because like in Ukraine, you buy just a box and you do things inside there. It's very common. But anyway, and we had money. We were working on a business, and it was good. And like, I never touched that, but I would call him my ex-husband. At that time, he wasn't, but just for the sake of not naming names, my ex-husband, he went to Egypt with me during the autumn, and then he was like, oh, he was into snow, and he was like, I want to see snow during the winter time. And if you know about climate a little bit, Dominican Republic is good to visit during December. Like, there is dry season, I'd say. I'm sorry, I need to plug in my computer. So because of that, he would always say against traveling somewhere tropical. And just truthfully, I right now I don't care where to go, as long as I'm with my husband, my now husband, because I love him. And back then I thought love was something that comes into arguing and slamming doors and fighting with each other for their right or wrong, or insisting on something. And like my ex-husband, he would just go through my mental. Uh, he would he wanted to break me. So, anyways, and by the time we went to Dominican Republic, it was he already did. He did. I gave up. I I was never good at I was never good at confrontation. I grew up in a household with alcoholic father who would hit my mother, so I would avoid confrontation at any cost. So I chose to break me in order to save the normality of my life, so he wouldn't push me more and more and more. So that's another topic. My voice going because it's hard for me to speak about it, but I have to. That's my therapy. You are my therapy. I have to say, I am doing this because I have daughters, and I need to tell them. I need to tell them that it's not okay when people tell you that you need to compromise what you want to do because they want to do something. It's not. It's not how it works. But anyway, back to the thing why we actually went. It's hilarious because I really dislike that girl now. I never liked her anyway, but who cares? And she said, like, the she's just obsessed with the status and everything, and like to her, traveling. She works in traveling, but to her it was like, yes, I've been there and there, and she was like, she is the possessive and controlling freaking in her relationship, and her husband gave up a long time ago. But this video is not about them. So anyway, she told my ex-husband like, huh, like she said like, do you go anywhere to relax after you're done with the refurbishing? He goes, no, that's a lot of work and a lot of money and this and that. And she goes, well, but we did. And they had a baby at that time, and that pushed him. He told me like, go and find a place where you want to go, and we go somewhere far. So they went to Cuba, which I would never choose because, like, Cuba is the place where you go. Like, it's not relaxing, really. Like, who goes to Cuba? It's like if you want to drink and see the culture, but with the baby and like this, that was like dumbest thing ever. But they did, and I thought, okay, I want to go Caribbean. Come on. So I did my little research, and Dominican Republic was quite a popular destination, and it was easy. I went to the tour operator, and we fly with the uh, who we flown with, Air France. Yeah, it was great flight. It was like because like Dominican Republic was full of Russian at that time, and they flown with a charter which goes from Moscow to Dominican Republic, and we had um, option to fly to Moscow and fly the charter, or go to France and fly the Air France. But like I think with some small difference, and so like who I mean, sometimes you have to because there is no other options. But come on, why fly back to fly more? You know what I mean? Like you fly forward if you're going that way. So that's what we did, and it was great flight. Very tough on me because altitude and my stomach went horrendous. Like at some point, I had like stomach pains, and it was so. But actually, it was gas. Basically, it floats in. Like if you lift up yourself, and the pressure goes into your bowl. And I went to the stewardess and asked her to, do you have something? So there's a tip for you. If you have a pain, warm water with lemon works magic. Like, thank you, girls. Like, they were like, this is, I said, this is what I have. And she said, like, this is altitude. Like, that's what would help. So that's the pro tip for me. And another pro tip, if you fly in massive aircraft, if you press the button for stewardess, she ain't coming. You get your ass up and you search what you need. Seriously, this is a trick because it's too much, too many people, and they're not coming. It's just like for some water or something. No, you get up, you have a stations over there, so you do you, basically. So back to Dominican, and at that time we were already living for like 2000. We started seeing each other 2009. He moved to my place quite straight away. So what, 3 years? Yeah, 3 years, even almost coming to 3.5 years. Yeah. And when we started, I was like, that was me. I was confident and absolutely not what he made me in the end. Uh, I made myself in the end. I let him make that to me. Um, so I wanted to get married. Like to me, it was like it's not the ending point, but I wanted to, like, we live together, we built a business, we built the house. Let's move forward. He never wanted to, and uh, to be fair, like I think he proposed on 15th of February of 2013, but I did question him a lot if we are ever going to, because to me, like if we're not, I don't want to live with you like that. I want to get married. I want to have kids. That's me. And he was always avoiding the topic, always like postponing it, and a lot of shit. So anyway, we come into like we arrived. We've been picked up, driven to our resort, gorgeous resort, quite late at night. We were off, and like the first thing they asked, "Do you come here for the honeymoon?" And we like it was first step to me, like no. I'm like no. Every day is a honeymoon with him, but it was such painful for me, and I had to. At that time, I was like, hey, giggling away, everything is fine. Then, uh, like first, like we got our place. It's lovely. It's by the sea. The resort is gorgeous. Uh, Place is so colonial. It's so gorgeous inside. There's like fans and very tall bed, and everything is great. I loved it. Like just gorgeous. Um, so I prefer. I told you that before. What I like to do, because we have a hectic life. I have a hectic life, always working. So I prefer to lay down, read my book, bathe myself in the ocean, come back, like get some tan, relax. So anyway, but on a resorts, there's always someone coming up to you and offering something, or kayaks and some shit other one. And trouble and the problem with him and me during our relationship, where when he stopped pretending, was that I never pretended. I told him that I don't like activities. Just don't, because like sometimes I fell and I don't like falling. That's the first thing. Later in life, I find out that I need to take care of my legs. That's like something in my karma that it could be dangerous for me. So I do. I've done it on the subconscious level all my life. I did fall a lot when I was a kid, but that was the kid stuff. And then when I grew up, I'm like, dude, I'm not. No, I'm not skating. I'm not skating it. I don't care. I don't like it. I don't want it. And that was like inside me forever, and still is. Like I just I'd like to swim a lot. I love it. I would jump and everything, but he was not that much of a swimmer, so it was boring with him. And or he would just like go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I ain't fucking swimming. It's just like exercising. Yeah, it's not fun. But anyway, he would, and the problem is like he always have to have a company, someone who need to do shit with him. So in the end, he said, like, well, don't tell me that we're going to spend all our vacation on this effing resort. Of course not. So we bought some, uh, what do you call it? Like, we visited the capital of the Dominican Republic. We went to on a Caribbean swim. It was gorgeous. I have some pictures I will post on Instagram, and Facebook has it already. But like Facebook is no longer what it used to be. But anyway, it's a gorgeous place, and we visited few like attractions. What's funny, like I, it's good I don't have that video, but we had money, like we did, and he and I was under the impression is nothing is for me, nothing. Like everything should be cheap, everything should be like we went for the excursions. What's the name of it? Like when you go to tour, right? Touristic tour. And when we went to Sauma beaches, uh, like there was an operator who would film everything, like during whole trip. And in the end, like it cost like $100, like for the video, and he could make pictures and everything. And in the end, like he said, no, no, we don't need it. We have and blah blah blah. And we would have to drag this effing camera, his massive camera, with us, and we have to like stay there and just watch it and swim in rounds. And this is just time is flying by. A lot of shit to uncover, but the main point I want to tell you: when we went to Salmon Beach, um, it was I just have to say it. As I said, we will swim like one person swims, another person stands there with the massive camera in a bag, but you cannot leave it unattended because there is like locals, so you need to watch it. So I swam first, then he went to swim. And when he was swimming, he came up to me. I was under the tree, in the shade, and he points on a massive girl, like 150 kilos. Seriously, like mamacita, gorgeous girl, but big, and like 300 pounds, if you, or even more. I think like massive girl. And he tells me, I thought that was you, because she had same bikini tops, not bikini top, but bikini bottoms. And I'm like, what? At that time, I was like 60 kilos, which would make me like 120, 120, something like that pounds. And I'm like, that's how you see me. That is how you see me. And it was just like, well, okay, it went through, but it did hurt me. And like only years later. And what I started to do after the Dominican Republic, I started to gain a lot of weight, a lot. Like gradually, I felt that I'm putting on weight. And obviously, I was, and weight never bothered me. But what I also brought back from Dominican Republic is drinking Coca-Cola. It was like I stopped drinking in October 2009, and then obviously in December 2012, I started it, but with no alcohol, thank God, but with sugar, which literally another, what do you call it? My God, how do you call them? Залежности. Um, Addictions, right? Addiction. So sugar is another addiction. So that's what I brought, and that's how it started. And by the end of in 2013, I got diagnosed with some problems in my God, I forgot English. Got very emotional about that, and I forgot everything. What do you call it here? Steroid. So I got diagnosed with that. I had troubles, and I got prescribed the medicine for it. And that medicine pushed me over like plus 20 kilos in 4 months. Like I felt bloated. I felt like a balloon immediately. And then I stopped taking medicine. Um, some weight went off. And then when I started to, I found out in 2015, we got married. And in 2015, I found out he cheated on me. And he's falling in love with someone else. You know, the other pro tip for you, my girls, boys, everyone who's you know, like um, who's not identifying with the boys or girls, doesn't matter. The humans. If person falls in love with someone else, that means he doesn't love you anymore. There is no other explanation. If you love someone, you will never, ever, ever look at someone else. You could, no, wait a minute. You can look, you can acknowledge that the person is beautiful, acknowledge the person is interesting. But that's like another level. Like love is there. That's your love. That's your person. That's the one who fills in all your soul. And there's another person. It's like you're looking at a beautiful art or interesting art, or that's it. You just know. But when your husband of 3 months coming up to you, 3 months would be 8, okay, like 5 months, like half a year, let's say half a year, okay, because it started in October, I think, or even in, I will come to the trip we had after our marriage in August. And it was so, right now I understand how it was so interesting to see. Like like we came to the hotel, it's not Dominican Republic, we came to the hotel and they gave us the room with separate beds, and none of us were upset about that, and we didn't have sex. That's just like, if you don't have sex on your trips, that means you don't want to, like, that's not on your list. And back to Dominican Republic, just a few minutes. That's the vocal point of what pain I brought with me from Dominican Republic. I also tasted a great food, like delicious banana bread. I found out the recipe. That's my go-to. Like I love it. Um, like beautiful culture, sad culture, with a lot of pain, and like Haiti next to it with a different and outlook. If if you ever want me to tell you the story I found out on a trip to Santo Domingo, just let me know. I'll do the video because this video is about the pain I had to go through on my trips, one of my trips with my ex-husband. And what I want to tell you also, I love to dance and I love to dance, still do, and I'm great at it. And it doesn't matter how big you are. If you dance, you know how to dance, and it's like it stays with you forever. So like we had on a beach, there was like some party going on, and I don't understand why I didn't went to see with him. Why he told me to stay, and why did I listen? Why I always listen to that man? It's like, to me just bizarre right now. Like, obviously right now when I went through the therapy and I'm so much on a higher level, I would never let that man do anything to me, talk to me even. But that's another topic. So he went to check out, and there was like party going on, and I wanted to go, but we went to the hotel room, and he was arguing with me, and we were laying there because of like massive banging of the music going on. I'm like, why are we laying in the bed, and why can't we go to the beach and have fun? And right now, I know why. He didn't want my like to show me because I would take attention. He's a narcissist, an ill, ugly narcissist who I let in my life for some reason. But well, for the lessons, I guess. I had to go through shit to come to my karma person, found him, fell in love, make babies, and be happy. So whatever is happening in your life, just know it's everything in your hands. You can break free. You can accept yourself for it, deal with your pain, and move on to better life, to life that you want to live. This is just, like, everything is possible. You are here on this land, on this earth, to strive, to be alive and happy. And whatever it is, you can change it. If you're scared, look for the help. Look for someone who understands you. If you're scared to tell someone, just write it down. And the moment you write it down, you can pass it on. You don't have to say it. Just, or find a therapist, or find a group online, or find, even you can write to me and ask me, what would you do? Because right now I can say to people what to do, or how I see it, and what I would do if I were you. Because most likely I was you. I was scared. I was afraid to change. I thought that person who destroys me, who doesn't respect me, is what I deserved. And it's not. You deserve the person who loves you, who accepts your wishes as normal. This is normal, not to want what you want and want different things and want to read. I was shamed for reading. Hear me out. I was ashamed for reading and wasting time. Can you imagine that? My parents would, like, not force, but they would encourage me to read. They tell me like how it's good for you. And during those relationships, I was said, I like, to him, like, to play outside, like, ride the bike was better than to read. But that means just we are different. Go ride your bike. But no, he needed the person next to him suffering, doing what he wants to do instead of doing what she wants to do. And if this is the case in your relationship, it's time to leave, you know, or talk to your person. And if the person accepts the fact that you don't want to do what they want to do, well, that's normal person, just didn't understood that you don't enjoy something, what they do enjoy. Anyway, it's almost 30 minutes. If you listen to me till the end, I'm very grateful. If you have questions, please leave them below. Join me on my socials and I will show you some photos of that time. Have a lovely, lovely life with the loved ones and those who truly cherish you, and be the one who cherish people around you. So glad I've talked to you. So thankful and grateful for the platform. I don't have a big much, big platform, but I have people who are willing to listen to me. Thank you. Bye bye.